My name is Michael Green and I will be your host for tonight.
The beauty of Michael Green is that there's a double deception happening there. So there's the deceptiveness of Michael as opposed to Grant, his real name. But then the area of internet marketing is all a kind of, it's all a trick, you know. Identity squatting was to squat into identities that were already made but left discarded. So kind of the rules being that they were constructed rather than your basic state identity that you're born with, you know. So things like an undercover policeman's identity once the policeman has discarded it, or here, which is I think more playful, was an alter ego of a conservative politician. Through lots of searching through old caches and things, I was able to find just one screenshot of the front page of his old website, and from that reconstructed it verbatim, just as it was, and have populated it with all the detritus that was left. And I see that as a journalistic act in a sense that you can read newspaper reports about what this company was like, but I don't think you really get a sense of the questionable nature of it until you're seeing the stuff firsthand. How were these false identities constructed? What was it like to use one? Where else in culture do we use other identities? How different is that to day-to-day different interaction in different places, this kind of thing? I'd done a live performance with an audience in the room, and I'd really liked all the online work that I'd done, and but had kind of left it, you know. I'd moved on to other things, and while I always thought there was a lot more to do on it, I didn't have the impetus or the angle of how this could be taken further. And so even just to see the call and the suggestion of live streaming immediately triggered so much more that could be done with this. UPstream has been a lesson in what's possible, I guess. Initially there was the lab day, which for me was an introduction into what was possible technically, but also it was very kind of audience focused, and I see that is another of the experiments of this work, and the challenge is how to engage an audience in a live event online. I was successful in a Grants for the Arts bid to enable this to be much wider. I think with the seed money I would have been able to produce a kind of proof of concept and maybe do 1 or 2 streams, whereas this project is now extended into a much longer term, 6-8 months growing, and will include some performances to a live in-room audience as well as these streams. Many people that I've spoke to that are the kind of people that ought to be watching live stream performance aren't, you know, it's still quite a niche market, you know, and especially if we're trying to focus not just on traditional art audiences as well, but wider than that. There's still lots of work to be done on how that happens.